Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Ciocca Ford of Lawrenceville in Lawrenceville, New Jersey to check out this brand new 2025. This is the Ford Explorer Active with four-wheel drive. This is now the entry-level trim in the Explorer lineup, as 25 was a redesign, refresh, and tech update year for the Explorer. Gone is the XLT name, in is the Active name to kind of standardize the name across the different model lines that Ford offers for sale. So we're going to check out this Active and see if this Explorer is bringing some value here with the base trim. You can let me know as we go through the vehicle. So let's dig in. Front end of this Explorer Active, the color here is carbonized gray, full spread of LED lighting up front, including your turn signals, DRLs, and headlights. Of course, the updated and opened up Ford grille in the middle with some flat black and chrome blue oval in the middle, functional side air curtains. So overall, I think the front end, they did a nice job, functionality in the grille top and bottom. Now, when you go with the base Active trim, you're going to get these 18-inch silver machined aluminum alloy wheels, Ford badge on the center cap. Now, these wheels are wrapped in hand-cooked Kinergy GT all-season tires. Not my favorite. 255 on the width, a 65 series sidewall 18s. All four corners, four-wheel drive. You can also get the Explorer Active in rear-wheel drive if you want to save some money and you don't need the 4x4. There's the full-side profile. Nice evolution of design. Still looks like the Explorer that we've known. And as we move in closer, we're going to go flat black side view mirrors. No turn signals on the side view mirrors on the Active. We're going to go color match front and rear door handle. The fuel filler cap on the left side. Up top, color matched roof, shark fin antenna, flat black on the roof rails, no sunroof. Rear end of the Explorer, we have the roof spoiler coming off the top. We have the wiper down below on the glass. I find it interesting that on the Explorer, the wiper's down below, but on the Lincoln Aviator, which is based on the Explorer, they've tucked it up underneath the roof spoiler. Let me know which way you like it. We have the new taillight design in the back here, looking good. Full LED spread of lighting in the back as well. Active on the left. Four-wheel drive on the right, Explorer right across the middle in black. We have our tow hitch down below. We'll check out the towing numbers when we go through the engine, and our exhaust is tucked up underneath the rear bumper. We're under the hood of this 25 Explorer Active, and what do we have for a power plant? Well, we got Ford's 2.3-liter EcoBoost inline four-cylinder engine, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 300 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque, up to 5,000 pounds towing capacity, MPGs 20 in the city, 27 on the highway, 23 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Base price for the 25 Explorer Active four-wheel drive is $41,755. This vehicle has no additional options on it, but we do add in destination and delivery of $1,595 from Ford's Chicago assembly plant, and we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $43,350. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move in closer. We're going to go soft touch material up top. Then we have the dark space gray. Now, this isn't the cloth. This is probably Ford's vinyl with the cross stitch. Then we're going to go silver into our brushed aluminum door handle. Nice soft armrest, flat black on the switchgear. We're not going to get power fold mirrors on the Active trim. We have a nice large door pocket, standard audio system. We also have a little cityscape that says Explorer since 1991 hidden in there. Nice little Easter egg. And we also have a few more Easter eggs I'll show you as we go around the car. We do have the all-season mats in the vehicle at this time. Nice large dead pedal. Brake and accelerator. Now as we come back out, we're going to have full power for the driver with lumbar. On the front passenger, we're going to have a power bottom, but a manual seat back. This is the dark space cloth with the cross stitch. It looks pretty nice, and they're pretty darn soft for base seats. Couple of other cute touches I think Ford did here. You have a picture of your Explorer on the front right side, passenger side of the windshield, which I think is kind of cool. And then you have the Explorer name on the rear tail light housing on either side, which I think is kind of neat. And that cityscape shot that was on the left side of the dash is also on the right side when you open the door, saying Explorer established 1991. So some cute stuff. Front passenger door panel, same as the driver, no change. We move up here, we're going to go soft touch, and then we have this dark space cloth. I don't know why manufacturers now are starting to put cloth on the dashes. It feels so 1970s to me, but you let me know what you think. We do have the Explorer name in this trim that goes right into your heat and air vent, which I think looks cool. Then we're going to have some silver trim, more of the dark space vinyl here with the cross stitch, and then down below, nice large glove box. Infotainment system, now we're getting a major update to the infotainment system in the Explorer for 25. Gone is the Sync 3 system, which desperately needed to be replaced. And instead of going with Sync 4 in the Explorer, Ford went a totally different way and went with the Google Assistant 13.2-inch LCD screen, which is based on Android 12. So just so you know, Ford's using Sync 4 in a lot of other products, but with the Explorer, they decided to go with the Google Assistant. We do have built-in nav here, which is nice for a base trim. And if we open it on up, we can see how clear it is and how great response pinch to zoom is on this Google Assistant system. We do have our home button where you can bring up multiple windows in here. You're going to have your Sirius XM right in here, or you can go with your other AM, FM radio stations, Bluetooth, or Google News. So they have you set there. So I do like the fact that you can get Sirius XM in the base trim. Not all manufacturers will allow you to do that. And now we can go to our vehicle settings. You have hill descent control on or off, valet mode, vehicle status, or your general settings. You get your tire pressure and oil life right here from your vehicle status. Or you can go to your general settings where you can hook up your driver profile. You can go in and Bluetooth your phone, get your Wi-Fi hotspot going in here. So a lot of nice easy features. You can move in, get your lighting all set up. So it really is a really good system. And I like that even in the base trim, you get the larger 13.2-inch screen. We go to reverse. Look at that. Huge backup camera, super clear with trajectory in your tow center line, where you have the picture of the Explorer on the right with your parking sensors. You do have additional views you can go through as well, close up or pan out. So I do like that. We'll go back to park and we're back to the beginning. But you're not going to see ambient lighting and those kind of things in an active trim, but I do like this. Now down below you have that gold trim, then the silver trim, then your push button start, 2 heat and air vents. Down here you got a physical volume knob, but now you got this panel, which I'm not a big fan of. We have engine auto stop start on off. We have park assist, 4-way hazards, parking cameras, traction control off, and this is your auto vehicle hold on or off. And I'm not in love with this panel because you push it in and the whole thing moves in and moves out. So I think Ford needs to do something here. We do have a nice area for storage that's rubberized so things won't slide around. Now you're not going to see wireless charging pad in an active because this is where it would go in the new interior design of the Explorer, but at least they got a nice rubberized area here. Down below, we do have a 12-volt USB-A, USB-C with more storage, and you can leave that up. Or if you want to clean it up, you can leave it down. And it's all flat black in here, no gloss, which I like. Now down further, here is the dial with low gear that's going to take you through this 10-speed automatic transmission, electric emergency brake, drive modes, which we'll check out when we go through the dash, 2 cup holders, your Ford key fob. Here it is, pretty plain. Unlock, lock, pop the tailgate, panic button, the blue oval on the back. And then we have a nice soft armrest, which I really like. We open that up. Plenty of room for storage, and you got a couple of USB-Cs in there. Explorer steering wheel, we're going to get a nice leather wrap wheel, nice 10 2 notches with the cross stitch, the blue oval on the horn button. We do have some silver trim. Lift up the wheel. We do have a flattened off bottom of the wheel, almost. It's almost flat, but it's a big passenger cockpit, and I have plenty of room to get in and out of the vehicle. On the left, you got your volume and you got your adaptive cruise. On the right side, you got your telephone voice commands and controls for the digital dash. Now, we don't have paddles in this one, But over here on the left, you got your turn signals and adaptive high beams. And then on the right, you got your front and rear wiper. Down here on the left, you can pop the tailgate, adjust your headlights, bright and dim the dash. And we do have a manual, get this, there we go, manual telescoping wheel. And there's a tilt as well. It's just a little stiff. I don't think anybody's really used this yet. But there's your tilt and telescope on the Explorer. Now, when we get to our dash, we're going to have this digital dash, but for the most part, only the center part actually changes. But let's take a look at our drive modes. So we have normal, eco, sport, tow haul. Now we got to go back the other way to get to our last two, which is slippery and off-road. So you got a lot of different drive modes, but for today, I think we'll just leave this in normal for now. Maybe we'll try out the sport mode later. And then if you want to go through additional information in the center, you have more information in the center that you can check out if you want to see that. So nice and easy, nice and simple, gets you what you need to know. Overhead console, you got a spot for your shades right there. You want your dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, you don't have to do anything. Just open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, lighting goes off. We don't have a sunroof to talk about, so we have our standard rear view mirror with dimming function, and then we have our sun visor with vanity and a light. Does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting in the mid-row of this 3-row SUV, but first the rear door panel, same vibe as the front. Same use of materials, same colors. So I like the consistency of design front to back. I have the seat set for my driving position, so let's hop on in. And it's easy to get in with this flat roof, piece of cake. Boom. Now at 5'11", plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees. I mean, massive amounts of room. We do have the cloth all the way down with the seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger. We do have, as you can see here, we have our rear heat and air with the Explorer name right up here. So I do like that. And then down further, we do have a 12-volt, 2 USB-Cs, and if we pull this out, 2 cup holders. So they got you all set back here as far as that goes. Now the mid-row is a bench in this Active. So we have a 2 up front, 3 in the mid-row, 2 in the back. So we have a 7-passenger configuration, but the seats are still that dark space cloth, look good, they're nice and soft, and we do have an armrest, semi-soft, 2 cup holders. So right here in the back, in the mid-row, we got 4 cup holders. So they got you all set back here as far as that goes, and there's plenty of space. Getting in row number 3, all you have to do is come to your mid-row. There's the button on top of the seat back. You just hit it, and it moves forward and out of the way. Gives you enough room to get in. Here are the 2 across in the back. Looks good. We still have the dark space cloth, which I think is a good move. Feels good. Let's sit on down. And my knees are a little high, but I got enough room for my head, shoulders, no problem. I do have some heat and air vents in the roof with some lighting. In the back here, I do have cup holder, place to store stuff, and I have 2 USBs for connectivity. On the right side, on the left side, I don't have that USB connectivity over here. So if I'm sitting back there, I got to run my cord over my pal's lap. But as far as the seats go, same material, same cross stitch, looks good. Not a fan of the 2x4 headrest, though. I think they need to be a little bit softer. But if I slide here behind the mid-row seat, it's a little tight for my knees and they're a little high, but there's still enough room for a full-size adult to go for a ride here in row number 3. Getting in the cargo area of the Explorer Active, you can pop the tailgate from your key fob or from the dash, or you can come to the back, and right underneath R and Explorer, there's a little down arrow, and you can just hit the button. Nice electric assist on the way up, nice for a base trim. Nice electric assist on the way down using this button. Now, with all 3 rows up, 16.3 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Explorer. We do have cubbies on either side. And underneath here, there's the carpeted floor mats. And then underneath this panel, which it takes 2 hands to get out. But underneath, if I can try with one, maybe it'll work. There we go. there's your spare tire. So thank you, Ford, for the spare. We do have some tie downs. We do have a 12 volt and some lighting back here. But if you don't need the third row, you can put it down. Just lower your headrests by pulling these straps. And then you just throw them on down. And now, with row number 3 down, you're looking at 46 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of the Explorer. And let me know if you're going to rock with that third row up or down. But to get the mid row down, you still got to go around to each door because there's no release in the back. I wish Ford would have corrected that, but they didn't. So now, with that third row and mid row folded flat, we're looking at 85.8 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Explorer. Explorer window sticker, my apologies for the glare, but we do have some tinted windows and it is cloudy out today. I'll do my best. There it is, Explorer 25 active, carbonized gray dark space cloth. There's our standard features. Again, there's no additional options on this vehicle, so everything I showed you with standard equipment. There are some included options. Pricing. Total vehicle MSRP from the factory. Made in Chicago. MPGs. Estimates, of course. America's all-time best-selling SUV, according to Ford. And then we have our crash ratings. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, so we're out on the road in this 25 active. We got plenty of visibility out the windshield, side view mirrors, side glass, rear window, no problem. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all part of Ford Copilot 360. So that is a good deal for safety. We have LED exterior lighting up front and out back for safety as well. So I do like that. And the suspension's well damped overall. And it feels really good in here. The seats, pretty darn comfortable, I would say. And now down the road we go. 10-speed automatic, very smooth. Made it to this 2.3 liter inline 4. Big side walls on these tires, soaked up those bumps really easy. The suspension feels really good here in normal mode. And I got some nice features in here, right? I got this 13.2-inch Google Assistant Android 12 system. Responds really well. I got the wireless CarPlay Android Auto. I do have heated seats, which is a nice touch, but I don't have a heated steering wheel, which could be an issue in the Northeast in the winter for a lot of people. I do have USB A and C connectivity in all 3 rows, so that's also a nice touch, with rear air as well, heat and air, and power tailgate. Plenty of room to store stuff, no problem. And I got the 7-passenger configuration with the mid-row bench, so that's a nice touch too. Let's check out our brakes. Stops nice and easy. Now let's take off. And again, the 10-speed automatic, retuned for 25, trying to sharpen it up, make it smoother on the shifts, and they certainly have done that. They've also done some retuning to the 2.3 liter EcoBoost to make that more responsive. So I think they've done a nice job in both areas. Obviously, this is not going to be a speed demon. If you want the Speed Demon Explorer, you're going to have to shell out 62 grand for an ST. Or if you want the ST line, which will give you this a little bit more sportiness, you're going to have to shell out 54 for that. So here at 4344, it's a lot less expensive. But the question for you to let me know in the comments is, for a base trim with 4-wheel drive, is it still too expensive? Is Ford providing enough value for you to shell out 43, 44 grand MSRP for one of these vehicles? All right. right, turning radius test time, so here we go. And she whips right around no problem. That rear wheel drive bias vehicle gets it around much quicker, much easier, 19 feet, maybe a little less than that, so that's a good number. And we don't have paddles, but we're gonna try out, see how it goes. And it really does get up off the line really, really well. Let's throw this in sport and see how it does. Okay, now we're in sport. Let's check it out. Much more responsive, and you get a lot more of that pumped in engine noise, that active sound design, baby, to make it sound like you're in a Mustang. Some people hate that. It doesn't bother me. But much more responsive in sport, right? The transmission is going to hold on to the gears a little bit longer. You're going to get crisper shifts. You're going to get more of an engine response. So well done overall. But I think they really did a nice job with this Explorer redesign, especially on how the vehicle rides and how the engine and transmission respond mechanically. I think they did a really nice job bringing that all in, tightening it all up, making it that much better. But at the end of the day, 43, 44 grand for a active trim base Explorer with four-wheel drive. Is that going to be right up your alley, or is that just too expensive and you're going somewhere else in the market for your midsize SUV? You let me know in the comments. But I do want to thank Ciocca Ford of Lawrenceville for allowing the channel access to this 2025 Ford Explorer active four-wheel drive in carbonized gray for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.